Hear a story about a guy that I went on a date with who watched every single one of my TikToks and basically learned my entire life and all my interests and then used it in conversation to make it seem like we were super compatible and then just asked me to help him with his TikTok page. Do you guys want to hear that story? It just happened this morning. And I was debating on posting this because I know that he's gonna fucking watch it because you're a fucking creep. But I decided that I'm gonna do it because if you want to make content, I'm gonna make content out of you. So basically what happened is I met this man like a month ago on a dating app, okay? The conversation
Them dating apps, huh? Dating apps strike again. They saying social media killing the new gen of dating, bro.
was fine and then it died down very fast. That happens on dating apps, so I didn't really think anything of it. A few weeks passed by and all of a sudden he's sending me like multiple messages a day. And it's nothing crazy. Like at first it's like, "Oh, how's your day? Oh, like you're really pretty. Oh, I'd love to take you out." Like that kind of stuff. And I said, "You know what? I really appreciate the effort and that he's like coming back to message me. So let me take him up on the offer." So I said, "Sure, why don't we get breakfast this morning or brunch or something?" And immediately
You offered him the date? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but how do y'all feel about that? She offered him the date?
he's like, "Perfect." And he texted me last night to confirm and he says to me, "Hey, I'm all down for like meeting you tomorrow, but I just wanted you to know that I just started fasting and working out, so I can't have a big meal." Mind you, I just posted that I just started my weight loss journey like 2.5 weeks ago. I've lost 11 pounds and I'm fasting.
Okay, so it's low-key method. Let's low-key this method, because I'd imagine on the initial on the initial reaction, she's probably like, "Oh my God, I'm fasting too. Wow." Like, that's probably her response to this at first, right? If I'm gonna guess correctly.
Okay, I just posted about that. And at first I was like, "Oh my gosh," I'm like, literally twins. Like, that's so cool. We're both
Method? Y'all running this play?
doing that. And so I'm like, "Okay,
Chat said, write this shit down. Hey, I'm telling you.
let's meet at this place and we can just get like something super small, something healthy." And he's like, "Perfect." Cool. We meet up for the day and I showed up super early. I think it was like 7 a.m. this morning because I was already up and he was there too. And we get our drinks and we sit down and immediately I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "So I know we've already like kind of told each other about ourselves like through, messages and stuff." I'm like, "What are you looking for in a person?" And immediately he's like telling me about myself. He's like, "I would really like a hardworking woman." He's like, "I don't really care if like she has kids. If you don't know, I have a son. I have a teenager." He's like, "I would love someone that takes care of others." I'm a nurse. And just literally starts telling me about myself. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like this is so crazy." I haven't clocked it yet, okay? Because I'm stupid.
Yeah, so hold on. Now, hold the fuck on. I don't even know the plot twist of this story, so I don't know what direction this is gonna take. But on some real shit, if you are struggling on dates, this might actually be method. See what the girl's interested in and act like you're interested into the same shit she's going. Because mind you, she's giving you this perspective after the fact, so she's obviously showing her frustration. But clearly, she was fucking with this in the moment, bro. Clearly, she was fucking with this in the moment.
Haven't clocked it yet. I'm literally thinking this is organic and that we're compatible and this is amazing. And then we start talking about other non-serious things and I ask him, I say, "What are your favorite?"
Bert telling us to stop. I'm not telling you to do nothing. I'm sitting here watching the video with y'all. She's telling us. She's giving us the information. I'm just clocking what I'm hearing.
TV shows. And he says, "Grey's Anatomy," which I post about all the time. And then he says, "Every single anime that I've ever talked about on my page." And so that's when I was like, maybe, I'm like, this is kind of weird, okay? Okay, also, he would not stop talking about Chainsaw Man, which I fucking love. And so I'm like, I'm going to catch this piece of shit in a lie. So I said, "Oh, like, who's your favorite character?" And he literally goes, Chainsaw Man, like obviously. And he goes, who's yours? And I said, oh, mine's Brody. And he goes, that's literally my dog. That's my sister's dog. Brody is not a character in Chainsaw Man. And he literally immediately is like, oh yeah, like he's so sick. Like this, I actually wanted
Is this Berto Talks? No, no, no.
to bash my head into the fucking table. You're insane. Then we start talking about travel. And I ask him, I say, where's somewhere that you've always wanted to go to? And he says, you know, I've always wanted to go to New York City. I just posted that I went to New York City.
All right, yeah. So this is where the method gets patched. He's doing way too much. Like, as just a normal human being, you have to understand when to like just call it quits. This nigga's in too deep.
2.5 weeks ago. And then this next part is when I knew, and my stomach honestly started hurting because I just felt so uneasy and like violated. I don't even know if that's the right word. But he says, my dream is to go to the New York Public Library and just sit there and read. He's like, I've always thought about it and I feel like it would just change my life. I literally made an entire video talking about how that was my dream and how I got to live it and how I was so happy. And that's when I clocked it. And I don't even know, again, I don't know if the word violated is the right word because I know that content is public. I know that social media is for everyone. Anyone can consume it. That's why people say, you know, be careful what you post on the internet. But I never in my life thought that my content would be used the way that it's being used in this situation, if that makes sense. And it just felt so gross and wrong. And so that's when, again, I clocked it and I honestly started getting mad. And he was deep in, like he is talking about like nursing and psych and working remote, literally every single thing about myself, guys. And so
if this nigga was running ChatGPT method, he was probably before every text messages like, oh, she said, what is your favorite thing about nursing school? Well, give me like 10 different things about nursing school that are interesting, chat. I'm telling you, that's probably how this nigga was moving on me.
Finally, I asked him, I said, you know, what do you think about social media? And he says, oh, like, what about it? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, you know, do you like TikTok? Do you like Instagram? Like, what do you like? And he goes, oh, he's like, of course. Like, I scroll on TikTok all the time. I like Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, what kind of content do you watch? And so he's telling me that he likes to watch like TikToks about how to be a content creator, this, and that. And I'm so pissed off at this point that I'm like, oh, do you watch this creator? And I said my username. And I could tell he like kind of got uncomfortable and like did a double take.
Were y'all on the phone?
And he goes, yeah, he's like, you know, I actually do think now that you mention it that your TikToks have like crossed my For You page once or twice, which makes sense because if you have my phone number, like, you know how it says like from your contacts or whatever. So I asked him, I said, is that why like you were persistent and asked me out? Because we had matched a month before that and it was crickets. And then now all of a sudden you were sending me messages every single day trying to meet up with me. And he literally goes, I'm not even shitting you guys. He goes, I'm going to be honest. He's like, I really want.
This is something Berto does. Hey, bro, watch out. See, I was playing around with y'all, joking. This is why I can't even play and joke with y'all. Because now there's actual motherfuckers thinking that I think this is a real game that you should run. Come on, bro. Fuck.
I want to be a content creator. I'm sick of my job. And I feel like we both have things that the other person wants. And I feel like we can help each other. And I'm like, oh, is that so? So I'm going to help you do content creation. You guys, mind you, this is fucking insane. I don't even have 1 million followers, okay? I literally am a girl that just posts because I'm bored and I have a phone. I have a full-time job. I made it very clear on this page that I am not posting to be a content creator. I am posting because it's fun, okay? And so I'm like, okay, so apparently we're going to date. I'm going to help you do content creation, help you with your page. What are you going to do for me? Like, I'm really confused on what you...
My only thing here is, like, at this point, what are you getting out of even... I'm not trying to victimize her, by the way, but it's just like, I'm just putting myself in her shoes. The moment I clocked this, I would have just stopped responding. It's like, I'm not even engaging this conversation.
Think it is that I need from you. And he goes, which again makes me sick to my stomach because I literally just posted a video
For the
like a day
plot,
or
I
two ago
guess.
talking about how like the only thing that I want from a relationship is companionship. And he literally says that to me. He's like, "Oh, well, like, a partner in crime." He's like, "Someone to do life with," which is this actual fucking phrase that I literally said in that video. And I actually felt like I wanted to throw up. Like, I just felt so gross and uneasy. That's like the only way I can put it. I felt like I woke up in the middle of the night in the middle of a nightmare and I was in like a pitch black room. That's how I felt. And I just told him, I was like, you know what? I'm like, this was like super inappropriate. You're fucking creepy. I grabbed my
Damn.
phone off the table and I left and I immediately blocked him.
Oh damn! So she told all this to his face.
And now I'm like overthinking everything. I'm like, anyone can see my TikToks, anyone can claim to know anything about me, and then not really use it against me, but they can use it to their benefit. You know what I mean? And that's honestly really, really scary. Do you guys?
Yeah, very interesting story. I mean, if we're gonna be like 100% real now, keeping all jokes off the table, this is L plays. I feel like if he would have kept it on some P shit in the sense of like, okay, she's clearly interested in X, Y, Z, and potentially X, Y, and Z aligns with you. You know what I'm saying? Person's like, oh, I like that too. Then I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Let's not act like we've never scrolled on somebody that we found attractive's page before, and maybe something caught your attention. So I don't necessarily think there's anything inherently wrong with seeing stuff that you have in common. But to go to the extent where you're just LARPing on every single thing that she's ever said just to fucking, like, I guess, get her attention, it's always going to be an L, bro, because at the end of the day, the saying opposites attract is because there's some truth to that. People don't want carbon copies of themselves. People want people that can bring new experiences into their life. People want to be with somebody that can, educate them on new things, show them new places. So if you're literally going to be a carbon copy of somebody, chances are you're not even going to have I'm not even talking about some weird shit where you're copying somebody, but like literally, if you're with somebody that is exactly like you, I'd honestly guess that shit's probably not gonna work out because y'all are literally gonna get bored of each other. So I don't even think that's some type of relationship that you should be striving to try to be in the first place. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section, man. Very interesting. I've never heard a story like that before. That definitely gonna make you think twice about what you post on social media, especially if you're not doing this like as a career or something.